It's been a couple days since SpaceCraft has been released as an early access game, and you might be asking yourself if you should buy the game, and I would say no, because in the current state the game does not have a lot to offer and actually pretty buggy. And let me start with saying that this is an MMO game and it is rather poorly balanced MMO game. So for example, this game is heavy on mining, and guess what, if you find yourself in the early locations with a lot of other players, chances are they are going to mine all the resources and you would need traveling further away on other planets to actually mine some basic resources, but that would mean that you need to come back to the space station from longer distances, which actually cost money. So you would need to be refilling your ship with plasma to protect your ship in space, doing those longer jumps, and it gets old pretty fast because it's not only the MMO part that is poorly balanced, but also the grindy part, because game slows you down on purpose. You will never have a perfect ship. You will be constantly running out of storage on your ship or juice to fly, no matter how you upgrade your ship, because this is how it's balanced. The more storage you have, the more stuff you need to carry, because there is no any kind of warehouse that you can rent out to store your stuff. It is going to be on your ship, and if you need like one specific resource, that would mean multiple travels back and forth. But traveling through space might be interesting. Well, not in this state of this game, because it is not really a space sim. So you will find yourself in a galaxy with like one star and maybe one space station and a handful of planets, like 3 or 4, and that's it. There is nothing to explore. You just traveling from one planet to another to the spaceship, and then you're jumped to another star system. That's it. There is no exploration, nothing exciting to explore, at least in the first 10 hours of the game. And to slow you down and grind even more, not every star system has even some basic resources like silica to build concrete so that you could actually build your planetary base. And to mine some silica, you might need to jump few galaxies before you find the planet that actually has it, that has not been mined by another players. And guess what? Concrete is very heavy, so you would need to be collecting a handful to build another building, to go back through several systems to actually place it. So I did play for about 10 hours of the game while in the open play test, and I get the idea. The idea they have is pretty solid. So, but it's just not ready at this state. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a bunch of things you will be able to enjoy in future, like exploring planets, discovering shipwrecks on the planets, or visiting those restricted areas, or even scaling up your production and joining a corporation. But as a single player in the current situation, it will just get all very fast. And not to mention that in this state they ask you to pay $30 for the game, which in current situation I think is a little bit too much. So as a YouTube creator, I actually might be buying it myself just to make sure that I will not miss the moment when it's actually good, so that I could tell you. But as like I said, for an average player, I would not recommend it. And if you disagree with me, just drop me a comment. I will be more than happy to reassess my statements and maybe to shoot another video. But that's the situation that I see right now. Thanks for watching, and I see you next time.